everyone. Today I am going to discuss with you about the forest management. The world's forest area is just over 4 billion hectares, which covering about one third of total land area. Forest area of the world is just over 4 billion hectares, which covers one third of Earth's surface. Most forested countries are Russia, Brazil, Canada, United States, and China. These countries are account for more than half of the total forest area. This country having the half of total forest area. 80% of Earth's land, animals and plant live in a forest. As we know that 80% of diversity of plant and animal are found in forest area. Forest management is a branch of forestry that concerned with overall administrative, legal, economic and social aspects as well as scientific and technical aspects such as silviculture, protection and forest regulation. Forest management is a branch of branch of forestry that concerned with all over administrative, legal and economic. These are the social aspects and technical aspects like technical and scientific aspects like silviculture, protection of forest and regulation of forest. This includes management for aesthetics, fish, recreation, urban values, water, wildlife, wood products, forest genetic resources and other forest resources value. Management can be based on conservation, economic or a mixture of two. This forest management is based on conservation or economic or maybe mixture of these two. Techniques include in conservation method it includes planting and replanting of forest, and in economic it includes timber extraction, cutting roads and pathways, and this is the product which is we get from the forest it is included in economics. Conservation includes planting and replanting of different species in the forest, cutting roads and pathways to prevent fire, gap between vegetation or road to suppress. There is a formation of gap between vegetation to suppress fire. This is known as a fire line or fire break to prevent fire in forest. The forest is a natural system that can supply different products and service. The working of this system is influenced by natural environment like climate, topography, soil and also human activity. Topography means surface of particular land. Action of human in forest constitute and forest management. In developed society, this management tends to be elaborated and planned in order to achieve objective and they are considered desirable. In developed society, they make a plan to conserve the forest and to manage the forest, and they reach to their goal and their objectives. What is effect is forest are laws. Effect of forestry laws. First is shortage of timber. Shortage of timber, which effect that means shortage of wood, which is used in a furniture, which is used in a making of home. Soil erosion and depletion of water resources. As we know that roots of plant are hold on the soil particles, and that's why the soil erosion may be prevented. And depletion of water resources. Roots of plant can hold on the water. If plant are removed, then water doesn't stored in land surface. So depletion of water resources. Biodiversity loss, climate change and depletion of wildlife. We know that 80% of wild animals and plants are found in forest area. if there is we cut the forest area, so it is the loss of their home and it cause depletion of wildlife. Needs for forest management. Forest management is required to avoid the following. First one is extinction of thousand species. Millions of plant and animal species are in danger of disappearing as a result of deforestation. If deforestation occurs, that means a million of plants and animal species are also disappear or extinct. Heavy soil erosion. One function of forest is that is roots hold on the soil particles. So if forests are removed, then soil erosion can't prevent. Greenhouse effect. We know that plant absorb carbon dioxide. The main cause of greenhouse is carbon dioxide, and plant absorb carbon dioxide. If we remove plant, we remove forest, then day by day carbon dioxide is increased on earth. To continue degradation of our forest heightness the threat of global warming. Flooding. One major importance of forests that they absorb water quickly in great amount during the heavy rains. The roots of plant absorb water quickly in a great amount, which resulted into avoid the floods in heavy rain. Landslide. Landslide means rock or earth surface or soil particles are fall away. That is landslide. Tree prevents soil from getting eroded by natural agents like wind and water. Degraded watershed. When forest mountains are denuded, watersheds are degraded and this leads to loss of sustained water supply in lowland communities. Methods of managing forest. First one is afforestation. Afforestation is establishment of forest or stand of tree in area there was no forest. Afforestation is establishing of trees where no forest area, as we studied earlier. Reforestation. Reforestation is restocking of existing forest and woodland which have been depleted, and effect of deforestation. First deforestation occurs, then we replanting those tree in particular area, so it becomes forested area, and this is whole process is reforestation. Sustainable forest management. Forest management SFM is management of forest according to principle of sustainable development. There are some rules and principles to manage the forest. In sustainable forest management, the rules and principles are followed to manage the forest. Avoiding wildfire. Wildfire is any uncontrolled fire that harm the vegetation that occurs in countryside or wilderness area. So we prevent wildfire. Sustainable forest management by government of India. There are some acts and rules to manage the forest. Forest Conservation Act 1980, Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Joint Forest Management 1991, Forest Right Act 2005, Green India Mission 2011, and National Working Plan Code 2014. These are the rules and acts to manage the forest. Thank you. So here we complete the whole unit of forest and forest management.